Sia belonged to a simple, loving, middle-class family that valued honesty, hard work, and kindness more than anything else. Her father, Raghav, worked as an accountant in a small office in town. His job wasn't glamorous, and the long hours often left him tired, but he never complained. Every evening, he would come home with a gentle smile, asking Sia, "How was your day, champ?" Even when he was exhausted, he always made time to sit beside her and help her with studies, especially math, though Sia rarely had the patience to learn it properly. Her mother, Mira, was the heart of the home. She didn't work in an office, but her days were busier than anyone else's. From cooking delicious meals to keeping the house in order, and from caring for Sia to managing every small detail, she did everything with quiet love. Mira believed in teaching Sia important life values. "Sia," she would often say, "doing things yourself is how you grow strong." But like many children, Sia didn't always listen. Sia's family wasn't rich, but they were content. They didn't have fancy gadgets or expensive toys, but their home was filled with warmth, festival celebrations, simple birthday surprises, and evenings spent talking and laughing together. Sometimes, though, there were struggles. Money had to be managed carefully. Her father worried about expenses. Her mother stretched every rupee wisely. Sia didn't fully understand it, but she could feel it in small things, like when her parents said, "We'll buy it later," instead of saying no. The most special part of Sia's family was someone she never truly got to know: her grandfather. He had passed away when she was very young, but his presence still lived in their home. There were his old books, his wooden chair near the window, and stories her mother often told. He was a very wise man, Mira would say. He believed that the smallest things in life could hold the greatest magic. He loved drawing and writing, and he always carried a pencil with him. "The pencil is like life," he used to say. "You can erase mistakes and start again, but only if you keep trying." And her imagination came from her grandfather. But like any child, she was still learning. She wanted things to be easy. She feared failure. She avoided struggles. But in truth, her family had already given her everything she needed: love, strength, values. She just had to realize it. No matter how hard she tried, things didn't always go right in her life. She struggled with math, sometimes fought with her best friend Ria, and often felt nervous when speaking in class. It felt like little problems followed her everywhere. One rainy afternoon, while cleaning the attic with her mother, Sia discovered an old wooden box covered in dust. Inside it lay a single pencil, simple, brown, and slightly worn out. "Mom, whose pencil is this?" Sia asked. Her mother smiled softly. "That belonged to your grandfather. He used to say it was special, though I never knew why." Sia held the pencil in her hand. It felt warm, almost alive. That night, something strange happened. The first miracle. Sia sat at her desk, struggling with a difficult math problem. "I wish someone could just solve this for me," she sighed. Without thinking much, she picked up the old pencil and started writing. To her surprise, her hand began to move on its own. Slowly, neatly, the pencil wrote down the entire solution step by step. Sia's eyes widened. "Did I just do that?" The answer was correct. Perfect. That was the first time she realized this was no ordinary pencil. A pencil that listens. The next day, Sia decided to test it. She whispered, "I wish Ria and I stopped fighting." Then she drew a small picture of two girls smiling and holding hands. The very next day, something unexpected happened. Ria came up to her during lunch. "I don't know why, but I feel bad about our fight," Ria said. "Can we be friends again?" Sia smiled, her heart filling with joy. From that day on, Sia began using the pencil for everything. If she felt scared before a class presentation, she would draw herself standing confidently, and suddenly, her fear would fade. If her father looked tired after work, she would sketch him smiling, and somehow, his mood would brighten. It was as if the pencil didn't just draw pictures, it changed reality. Soon, Sia became dependent on the pencil. Whenever a problem appeared, she didn't try to solve it herself. She simply drew the solution. Bad grades? Draw good ones. Rain on a picnic day? Draw sunshine. Lost toy? Draw it back. Life became easy. Almost too easy. But something strange began happening. The drawings started fading faster, and each time she used the pencil, it became shorter and duller. One day, Sia faced her biggest challenge. Her mother fell ill. Worried and scared, Sia rushed to her room, grabbed the pencil, and drew her mother smiling and healthy. "Please, fix this," she whispered. But nothing happened. Her mother remained unwell, laying on bed. Sia tried again and again, drawing more carefully each time, but the pencil refused to work. For the first time, it failed her. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "Why now?" she cried. That night, Sia held the tiny, nearly finished pencil and fell asleep. In her dream, she saw her grandfather. He smiled kindly and said, "Sia, this pencil was never meant to solve every problem for you." "Then why did it work before?" she asked. "It only helps when your heart believes," he said gently. "It doesn't change the world. It changes you." Sia looked confused. "You believed you could solve your math, so you did. You believed your friendship could heal, so it did. The pencil only showed you your own strength." "And now?" Sia asked. "Now you must believe without it." The next morning, Sia woke up with a new feeling: courage. Instead of reaching for the pencil, she sat beside her mother, helped her, and stayed strong. She studied harder for her exams. She faced her fears in class. She solved her own problems slowly, sometimes imperfectly, but honestly. Days later, her mother recovered. Sia smiled not because of the pencil, but because she knew she had been strong. One evening, Sia picked up the tiny piece of the old pencil. For the last time, she drew something. Not a solution, not a wish, but a small picture of herself standing brave, smiling, and confident. As she finished, the pencil disappeared, as if its purpose was complete. Sia never found another magical pencil. She didn't need one, because she had discovered something far more powerful. The magic was never in the pencil. It was always inside her. Moral of the story: true strength comes from within. Tools can help, but belief in yourself is the real magic. Thank you for watching Toon Cartoon. For more magical and wonderful stories, please subscribe to our channel.